In math, we probably know how to do multiplication and division, addition and subtraction, but what happens when we run into a problem that looks like this? It can be overwhelming where to start, even if everything looks somewhat familiar. Hopefully with this video we'll be able to understand how to tackle this problem with simple step-by-steps. We'll be using the order of operations to make problems like that look a lot simpler. This is kind of like the blueprints of where to start, at least. PEMDAS is something that we learned in 6th grade, and PEMDAS stands for parentheses, exponents, multiplication and division, addition and subtraction. This tells us which order we attack the problem in. However, one caveat is that this multiplication and division can be one step that we go from left to right. Same with addition and subtraction. We do addition and subtraction together from left to right, not necessarily addition first and then subtraction problems. With an example, again, there's a lot of symbols here so it can look very confusing, but with our PEMDAS over here, we can attack this in order. So I can use this as a checklist. So I check, is there parentheses? Yes, there's parentheses in this problem right here. So I focus on that first. Clear everything else out. I'm just worried about this 6 divided by 2. 6 divided by 2 is easy enough. It's a 3. So I can just go ahead and rewrite the rest of the problem and move from there. Next, I look for exponents. Are there any exponents? No. So I just skip it. It's not uncommon that there won't be every single one of these in every single problem. So it's okay if they're not there. Same with multiplication and division. There's none in there, so I just move on. Addition and subtraction. I do have addition and subtraction, so I'm just going to work this problem from left to right using those. So 3 plus 3, I know is 6. Rewrite the rest of the problem. 6 minus 1, simple enough, 5. So again, using order of operations, I've cleared this monstrous problem down to something a little bit simpler using step-by-step. The only caveat is, again, something seemingly simple can be difficult if we just follow this blindly. So again, parentheses, there's no parentheses, so move on. Exponents, there's no exponents, so I continue. Multiplication and division are absent, so all I have is addition and subtraction. Now I don't want to get so blinded and focused on this order that I do addition first and then subtraction, because that gives me two totally different problems. If that were the case, I would do this 5 plus 10, which would be 15, and then 15 minus 15 would give me 0. Which is not what this is asking me to do. I want to do addition and subtraction from left to right if that's all that's left. So the first one would be this first one, 15 minus 5, and then I'll go ahead and bring down the rest of the problem. 10 plus 10 is 20. Again, the biggest pitfall is just following this blindly, doing all addition first and all subtraction first, when these two are meant to be together, read left to right. So then back at our original problem, again, this seems a little bit unruly, but if we know where to start, hopefully this becomes slightly easier. So using our order of operations, can you try this in the next 2 minutes? Did you start with parentheses? This is where I would start over here. Once I see these parentheses, I simplify the 6 divided by 3 is 2, and I'll go ahead and rewrite the problem. Again, taking one step at a time will make this much simpler. Next, do I have any exponents? Nope. Multiplication and division. I see multiplication right here. I'm just going to, again, cut out everything else and focus on one step at a time. Rewrite whatever is left over. I have addition and subtraction left. Again, I have addition and subtraction not necessarily in the order that I want to do them in. I don't want to start with addition and then do subtraction. I want to, once I have that last step left, treat it as one and just go from left to right. So 20 minus 12 I'll start with. Bring down the 2 and then just go ahead and finish up with my last step. So again, hopefully these are much simpler, at least knowing where to start and how to break it down into smaller pieces.